Supplements to support the Lifewave patches. I'm Sarah Banta with Accelerated Health TV and Radio Show. And if you know me, you know that I'm wearing my patches every day, day and night. And there's people that say, gosh, I'm having great results day one. And then there's people saying, I don't feel a thing. Well, one of the issues is that you have to have the building blocks in the body in addition to drinking water and eating proper food to help maximize the effects of these patches. So these patches are wonders, and they're working off of scalar energy and your own body's light and energy, and it helps with building these stem cells or activating your own stem cells. So let's get into the 3 supplements that are no-brainers that you need to have in order to make the patches work. And the first one is the accelerated ancient salt. Now, I mentioned hydration. You could drink gallons of water and you could actually dehydrate yourself. We want to use salt and minerals and electrolytes to hydrate the intracellular hydration of the cells. The accelerated ancient salt takes it to another level with 62 minerals in that salt. Table salt is sodium stripped of all the other minerals, filled with microplastics, and you're literally putting toxins into your body that the patches can't even work around to work. So salt has been demonized for the last few decades, but the reality is the complete salts that I'm talking about, like in the accelerated ancient salt, is full of with the minerals and the electrolytes. It's providing those minerals, the needed potassium, magnesium, calcium, and iron. They're responsible for maintaining electrolytes, muscle functions, bone health. It optimizes cellular function. That sodium-potassium pump is responsible for driving nutrients into the cells and the toxins out of the cells. Well, how are the stem cell patches supposed to work if there's no communication inside and outside of the cells? You've got 100 trillion cells in the body. You've got to have the minerals to help facilitate what the patches are wanting to do. So the accelerated ancient salt optimizes this function and expedites the detoxification that is happening, especially with the patches like the glutathione and the X39. But then it also, a full salt like accelerated ancient salt, lowers blood sugar. Most people are suffering from high blood sugar, and the minerals in the salt, all 62 minerals, help lower blood sugar even in diabetics, which is amazing. And it helps with insulin levels. Most people now are suffering from insulin resistance. And the salts like accelerated ancient salt that are full of the minerals help lower heart disease. Highly processed foods with the wrong type of salt may increase heart disease because it's combined with fats and sugars and the wrong salts. That's where the heart disease is coming from. It's not from the salts that I'm talking about. So the accelerated ancient salt is a natural blend of 5 pure salts mined from untouched regions in the world, and it is vigilantly inspected to confirm its purity without the microplastics, the explosives. Did you know that most Himalayan salts have explosive in them because of the way they mine it? Ours does not. And it doesn't have any chemicals, pollutants, or synthetics. And it also is enhanced with the scalar frequencies to help detox the body of radiation, heavy metals, and the other toxins, while it's also pulling out parasites and undigested fats. So this is only going to enhance your results with the Lifewave patches. Some people on the patches are actually detoxing so fast that they can feel that Herx reaction or the detox flu symptoms. Just by putting a little salt on your tongue, you are going to help with those detox symptoms. So really important to hydrate with water and accelerated ancient salt. You don't just hydrate with water. That can actually flush out all of your electrolytes and deplete you more than just not having water on its own. So hydrating with accelerated ancient salt. It's a little tip that any athlete putting a little salt on their tongue right before their workout is actually going to get better output during their workout. So that's number one. Absolute must to be hydrating with accelerated ancient salt. The second supplement, which seems like a no-brainer, is copper, accelerated copper. Here we are talking about these Lifewave patches that work on the GHK copper peptide or the AHK copper peptide. Well, if you don't have copper in your body, how are these peptides going to work, right? So you've got to have copper in your body. Now, copper has been recognized for thousands of years, actually over 8,000 years, for its natural antibiotic properties and nutritional significance. Even Hippocrates was talking about it. But it is now depleted in our body for two reasons. Fructose from highly processed foods completely depletes your body of copper, and the spike protein. Those two things, independent of each other, are known to deplete the copper in the body. So we are now a population of copper depleted bodies. And I believe that's why some people are finding that the patches aren't working as well. Copper is the body's third most abundant mineral, remains vital nutrient, and the body cannot produce it itself. So that's why we need to supplement with it. It's hard to get in our diets. It is needed for metabolic processes. It's a key part in weight gain, or I should say, people are gaining unexplained weight because of copper depletion. So without copper, you're not going to be able to trigger those fat burning mechanisms in our body. And it's important for organ function, cellular absorption of iron. So most people that are anemic are not anemic from a lack of iron, but you've got plenty of iron in the body. It just is in the wrong places. And the copper is the key to open the door to get the iron to go where it needs to go, to enhance the immune system, get rid of that fatigue, and make you feel better. Copper is found in the liver, the brain, the kidneys, the heart, and skeletal muscles. It contributes significantly to collagen formation, as I mentioned, fat burning, insulin regulation, iron absorption, and energy production. If you don't have copper in your body, you're not going to have the collagen to build that hair and the eyes and the skin. You can be taking a collagen supplement or be using the patches thinking that you're going to build collagen, but if you don't have copper, you're not going to be able to build that collagen. Symptoms of copper deficiency: you could have anemia, bone abnormalities, osteoporosis, fat gain, neuropathy, and just a weakened immune system in general. Premature gray of hairing and pale skin. Did you know that copper is needed for the color of your eyes and your hair? So the health benefits of copper: like I mentioned, supports insulin regulation, helps with type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance. It lowers uric acid, and what people don't know is that it's uric acid that is causing insulin resistance and obesity. If you're eating sugar, but you keep your uric acid low, you're actually going to prevent insulin resistance and fat storage. Something to think about. So copper is a key part of that equation. It is needed for optimal fetal growth and development, hair and eye pigmentation, brain function, energy levels, immunity, connective tissues like that collagen, the myelin and melanin, which we are all trying to get more of with the Lifewave patches. It helps with enzymatic reactions throughout the body, helps with heart health, and reduces cholesterol. A lot of people are suffering from higher cholesterol and triglycerides from the spike protein. So it could be because the spike protein causes a depletion in copper, and it is causing that spike protein is causing issues in the liver with ACE2 receptor, and there's this cascade of issues going on. And that's why we need to keep our liver clean, right? And the patches help detox the liver, but you need the copper for the patches to work. Now, it comes in dietary sources, but a lot of those sources, like beets and nuts and garlic and almonds, are in the categories of oxalates or sulfur foods that may actually be tripping up your detox pathways. That's why it's super important to be actually supplementing with copper. Most copper supplements only have a 5 to 10% absorption rate. The accelerated scalar copper, you only have to take it one time a day, and it has 99% absorption. It's enhanced with the proprietary scalar copper technology, which is treated with water implosion technology, and that helps with the absorption and the efficacy. And we enhance it with scalar frequencies to clear emotional and physical shock out of the body, improve structural integrity within the body, and balance out that copper and zinc. Copper and zinc compete with each other. So if you're taking a zinc supplement, which is a good thing to do, you want to make sure you're taking it at a different time as the copper. It is also enhanced with frequencies to kill or devitalize fungus. And the last supplement, and by the way, I've talked to David Schmidt about all three of these, and he is on the same page. In fact, he has tried all three of these supplements. And the third one is the accelerated iodine. 96% of the population is deficient in iodine. David talks about this at length on a lot of his podcasts, and it's no longer available in sufficient amounts in our diet. It is needed to increase that ATP production, cellular energy, and it does so by 18 times. And the more cellular energy you have, think about it, the patches are going to work better. The mitochondria is healthier. So iodine was once put in iodized salt. It's not there as much anymore, but now, as I mentioned before, that salt is full of microplastics and it's stripped of all of the other toxins. So you're not getting the iodine you need. Iodine is needed to reverse hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's helps improve metabolism and fat oxidation. So it's really important for fighting that unexplained weight gain. It helps support apoptosis, which is the destruction of diseased and unhealthy cells. It increases that ATP production. Now, through the Krebs cycle, you only get 2 ATP when the body's low in iodine. You get 36 ATP per mitochondria when the body has enough iodine. That is significant. It helps prevent PCOS, fibrocystic breast disease, and hormonal imbalances. A lot of people are suffering from estrogen dominance, men and women. The iodine helps balance that out. Decreases blood sugar and insulin resistance. So these 3 supplements are going to help with your insulin resistance, which most of you are suffering from. And that is the problem or the cause of that unexplained weight gain. It helps improve protein synthesis, which we lose as we age. It helps devitalize bacteria, viruses, mold, fungus, parasites, and the other foreign pathogens, reduces systemic inflammation, and inflammation is the root cause of most disease, helps regulate estrogen, and helps reduce the risks of stillbirths, miscarriages, and more fertility issues. Hydrates the cells. So we were talking about hydration. Did you know iodine on its own, without drinking an ounce of water, actually hydrates the cells? So you put that together with the accelerated ancient salt, and you're detoxing the cells, hydrating them, reducing inflammation, but then the salt comes in, plumps up the blood volume to flush those toxins out. And then those patches are going to work so much more efficiently. It helps protect against radiation and the mRNA and the spike protein. It reverses that damage that's been done, whether you are jabbed or not, it doesn't matter. We've all been exposed. So it is really important to be taking the Accelerate. Helps strengthen the immune system, breaks up scar tissue, and it's also known as the #1 spiritual mineral because it literally lifts that brain fog and connects the brain to the body, because the thyroid is that bridge from the brain to the body, and the thyroid is needing that iodine. Accelerate iodine is the only radiation and toxic-free iodine with 100% bioavailability, and it's enhanced with the scalar frequencies to detox the cells as you are using the patches for detoxification and anti-aging. So all of these things work together. Now, those are the 3 supplements you need: the accelerated ancient salt, the accelerated copper, and the accelerated iodine. What else do you need to do? You need to drink water. And most people are drinking caffeinated drinks, sodas, juices, coffee. I'm not against coffee, but we forget about the benefits of just plain water. You need the electrolytes with the water for true hydration and proper cellular energy. So remember that water and accelerated ancient salt flush out the toxins, rehydrate the cells, and increase energy. You need to move. You need to exercise. We've become sedentary, and that is creating an increase in insulin resistance, and lymphatic drainage is suffering. Just detoxification is suffering. When you move the body, you increase circulation, cardiovascular health, you improve your mood, help with insulin sensitivity, and so much more. And lastly, sleep. All the other stuff doesn't mean a thing if you're not sleeping. It's the cornerstone of health, and without it, everything else will lose its effectiveness. Every human being on earth needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep to restore the body and the mind, regulate your hormones, lower insulin resistance, and set you up for optimal health. So hopefully that was helpful. I want you to feel the benefit of the patches just like I do. And if you have questions about the patches, make sure you contact me. You can contact me about any of these, or to put together a protocol for you with supplements, diet, and pet patches. Just email me through the website, sarahbanthealth.com. Happy to do that for you. Join the free group coaching with the link below. I teach you on a daily basis with tips and tools to enhance your health, and you'll be a part of a like-minded group to support you on your journey, in addition to truly taking control of your health. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram under Accelerated Health Products, and across over 100 channels under Accelerated Health TV and Radio Show. My goal is to reach everyone on earth with eyes to see and ears to hear my message of healing. Help me with that goal. Share this podcast with a few of your friends who may need my help. And those that are just being introduced to the patches, introduce this to them, because if they are doing the things that we talked about, they are going to actually see better results with the patches that you're sharing with them. Join me every week, Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific and Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific on the podcast. And you can find my supplements and many of the other podcasts and information on my website, sarahbanthealth.com. Use coupon WELCOME10 for 10% off site-wide. Thanks again for joining me, and have a great week.